Hi Pisces, Pisces placements. Welcome to your daily reading. Hope you're doing well. I'm sorry I missed you yesterday. I wasn't doing great. Couldn't really speak much, and I don't sound great today. I'm aware. I apologize. Hopefully, it's not too bad for you guys to listen to. But let's see what's going on for you at the time you find this video. What you need to know for your highest good. What the day could be about for you, or the main events, or if it's guidance for you on an ongoing situation. That's a mouthful. Or it could be giving you a heads up about something that hasn't happened yet and advice on how to handle it. I'm just going to go through the messages, hopefully before my voice gives out. So let's see for Pisces placements. But thank you so much for your patience and for your well wishes. I appreciate the love. I'm improving. It's just, has to run its course. All right. So let's see. All right, so let's look at the oracle cards first. That'll give us the main themes or the main events of the day for you. And then we'll go through the tarot, and I'll show you what the tarot deck is when we get there. All right, bottom of the deck, we have 26, Journey. So this is like a travel card. So you could be traveling today, taking a trip, whether it's a planned trip or unplanned. For those of you, I feel like I just saw someone just picking up and going to the beach. It's not planned. It wasn't in the schedule. It's not something you thought of doing. I just feel someone just going, you know what? I'm just gonna drive over there for a minute. So spontaneous trips as well. You could also be seeing change or movement or development in an ongoing situation. 55, sadness and loss. We keep seeing this card for you. And 27, face your fears. Okay, so 27 adds up to a 9. That's an energy of completion. So for a lot of you, you are able to face and overcome a fear today. Or you're going to be put in a situation where you have to face a fear, and that's what has put you in this energy of sadness. And as you can see on the card, it could be fear of planes, needles, hospitals, insects, whatever it is. It's something that's going to put you in a situation that makes you anxious. It could be linked to a fear you have or a phobia that you have. But I do feel like you'll be able to overcome this if you just try to go with it, as opposed to running away from it. This is something that you can't run away from. No matter where you go, you're still going to have to deal with the situation, whatever it is for you. There's anxiety here. I feel like for some of you, you've been stuck in this place of worry. And there's something happening today that moves you out of the place of worry, okay? So I don't know if someone is telling you that what you were fearing is not going to happen, or if someone's giving you some new information and it's like, oh, so it's not that bad. But there is movement here as well. Okay, let's keep going here. So at the bottom of the tarot deck, we do have the Two of Cups as the overall energy. And this is quite nice energy. The deck is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot deck. The Two of Cups is a one-to-one connection. It's mutual feelings, mutual respect, mutual interest. It could be you and a friend, you and a sibling that you're very close with, you and a romantic interest or romantic partner with this Two of Cups energy. It's a beautiful, loving, mutual exchange that we're seeing here. So for some of you, you could be going to the aid of someone who's dealing with a fear or a phobia today. For some of you on a day-to-day level, you're accompanying someone to do blood tests or to do something in a hospital because they're terrified of hospitals, right? And you could just be accompanying them and that soothes them, or vice versa, however the messages resonate for you. For those of you, there's something here where someone's afraid of something that they have to do. They have to travel somewhere and they're afraid of either the trip itself or something that they have to do when they get there. And whether this is planned or this is the advice, ask someone to go with you, ask someone for support, take someone with you. It will make things easier. Okay? Interesting. So let's look at your money situation today, whether your money comes from a job, retirement, your own projects, your own business. Let's see what's going on. We have the Three of Cups, we have the Nine of Cups, and the Death card. Okay, so there is some sort of wish fulfilled today in terms of your money, and it involves a really big ending. Okay, a really big change in your life, a really big transformation. It's not just an ending. So when it comes to your money, this is looking great. This is celebration. This is getting approved. You could be getting a job. You could be getting the job in the new career that you're trying to start for yourself. You could be getting return on investment. You could be getting more than what you asked for if you're selling something. This could also be getting approved for mortgages with this energy. Okay, it'll be a big transformation for you. Maybe it's the first time you're going to be a homeowner. It could be you paying off a debt, paying off a loan, paying off student loans with this energy. Big, beautiful transformation here. And I feel like you've been very anxious about the outcome of the situation. So I don't know if this is linked to a court situation. This is linked to someone else having to make a decision as to whether or not you get this or whatever the situation is. It's something that has had you very stressed out, very concerned of whether or not it's going to go forward or whether or not this will be able to end for you, start for you, or move forward for you, whatever the situation is. But when it comes to your money, there's celebration here as well. I also feel that other people, again, we have a theme of community here, Three of Cups, Two of Cups. Other people are coming together to support you somehow, whether they're giving you emotional support with all the cups or they're actually giving you financial support at this time. Okay, there's something that, whatever it is for you, there's a wish come true when it comes to money, how you make your money today. There's also putting your resources together with a partner. Though that could be a business partner, it could be a romantic partner, and you're moving in together. A big change in your life, either way, right? With the Death card, moving in together, creating starting a joint account, putting your resources together. For some of you, this is like getting married or something, and now everything's going to be, it'll come together, but also the burdens are shared or something like that with this energy. Yes, in terms of if you've been waiting for test results, exam results, a decision as to whether or not you did well on an interview or any sort of application process, bid process that you've been worried about, because either you don't know what the judging criteria is. So it's like, I went and I did my best, but I don't know what they're looking for. So I don't know what they're going to say. Or it's something that you've never done before. I filled out the paperwork as best as I could, but I don't know if I did it properly or not, maybe, right? So you're like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the outcome's going to be. Or I don't know what the court's going to decide. I don't know what the bank's going to decide with this energy, because maybe it's something that you went for or applied for in the past and you didn't get it. Okay, there was a loss around the situation, so that's why now you're anxious of what if it happens again. With this energy, what if I don't get it again? What if it fails again, right? So there's a huge sigh of relief. No, actually, this time it's going through, and it's especially the case if you've teamed up with someone in some way. And that could even mean just calling someone up that's done this and been successful and asking them, hey, do you have any advice for me? Right? Or, again, joining forces with someone in some other way, or getting a coach, or getting any form of support, right? Even if it's like talking to a friend about it, and you can just vent about your doubts, your fears, your insecurities, and that friend can go, you know what, that's not realistic. I don't think that's a concern. I don't think that should be a worry for you, right? So something where, like a sounding board, that's where you're going to have a really big wish come true with this energy. So big sales, big purchases going through, confirmations of job, you got a job or a promotion, loans or mortgages. I also see paying off debt, paying off credit, paying off a loan, a mortgage, student loans, okay, with this energy as well. And maybe you weren't sure that you'll be able to put the money together. So whatever you've been waiting for is coming in for you. Yeah, and if you've submitted something, asked for something, applied for something, and it's almost like you're not sure if they're going to go with it, you're not sure if they're going to approve it, you're not sure if whatever, that's the situation that this is picking up on. The one that you're not sure if it's going to go well or not, especially if you've tried before and failed, okay? And it's working in your favor, it's really great. When it comes to your love life, whether you're single, coupled up, and in between, we have the Page of Cups, we have the King of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Oh my. All right. So definitely like a true pair here, the King and Queen of Wands with the Two of Cups and the Page of Cups. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're relying on your partner today, or your partner is relying on you for emotional support, for courage, for strength, for motivation. You could be squeezing their hand as you're having to go and do those tests or those medical exams or whatever that is, right? Or they're driving you to your interview, or they're driving you where you need to go that you're anxious to go by yourself. For those of you, I feel like there's a friend stepping up today, and they're really going to be there for you in your time of stress and anxiety, in your time of need, and it may spark a romantic connection. So a friendship could be turning into a romantic relationship because they are there for you when you're fearful and anxious and sad and stressed out about a situation, right? And they're with you every step of the way. They're holding your hand. For those of you, you could be meeting someone today as you're out and about, as you're traveling. A friend could introduce you. This is something that happens very organically. It's like not the online thing. Not saying that that won't happen, but that's not what I'm seeing in the cards. But meeting someone out and about, meeting someone in a very organic way. For some of you, you could be taking a chance, facing your fear, and talking to a relationship coach, or even like a matchmaker type situation, right? You're taking a chance because it's been some time and you haven't met anyone, or the people you meet don't seem to be right. So it's like, again, you're talking to someone else. You're asking for advice. You're asking for support. Whether that is, hey, could you introduce me to, someone who you think is right for me, if it's a friend, if it's a family member that you're talking to, and maybe they know someone for you, or if it's a case of I'm going to put myself out there and talk to a coach, talk to someone who can help me navigate the dating world these days, right? Or for those of you, you're taking a chance and you're saying, you know what, I'm just not going to focus on love for a while. I'm just going to focus on myself. And you're starting something different today, some sort of club, some sort of activity, some sort of hobby, and you could actually meet someone through that, right? It's when you stop looking, it's when you stop focusing on that, right? Where you take a step back, turn your back on the fear and the anxiety of, am I going to be alone forever? When you stop thinking about it, when you go, you know what, I'm just going to focus on myself for some time, because thinking about my love life and the fact that I'm not meeting anybody is giving me a lot of stress, it's giving me a lot of anxiety, it's making me feel bad about myself, and I'm tired of it. So you're like, I'm just going to focus on something else for a while. Or maybe that's the advice, right? And when you do that, when you shift that focus and you just go live life and have fun and be yourself, you will attract someone. You are going to meet someone that can, turn into a very significant person in your life. We have the King and Queen of Wands with the Two of Cups. Once again, that is significant. For those of you here, there's definitely a loving message. There's a communication here. There's an invitation. Someone asking you out. Someone saying they want to see you. Someone saying they want to spend time with you. Okay. I'm also seeing artists here, so you could be meeting someone who's an artist, or meeting someone at some sort of art-related event. That could be concert, that could be art gallery, that could be painting class, drawing class, I don't know, something artistic. Hold on. Right, sorry. Don't know what that was. I heard an alarm. um, Maybe they're a firefighter. I don't know. Um, but yeah, a significant meeting today. If you step out of your comfort zone for a little bit, do something different, okay? And if you haven't been worried about your love life necessarily, but you're in this energy of worry because of something else, this is the same thing. This is telling you to try to just step away from it, do something else, think about something else, do something you enjoy, try something new, okay? Because it will shift the energy in your, whatever the situation you're worried about. but also it could lead you to meet someone that turns into a very significant person in your life. Um, for some of you, you're about to be making a really big commitment here. So this could be cold feet that we're looking at. I also see something here where something you were worried about ends up, it's not a big deal. Or something you were concerned about, or something you were unsure about. It turns out it was just a fear for you. The reality is very different. The reality is everything's fine. Okay? I don't know how that works out, but that's what I'm seeing here. There could be great news in terms of conception and pregnancy. And where that applies, if it doesn't apply, don't take it. But if it does apply, especially if there's been a previous loss, okay, and there's anxiety over if it's something, if it's going to go through, if everything's going to go to term, etc. Um, this is going to be a very healthy pregnancy, okay, is what I'm seeing here. Very strong pregnancy. I don't know if that's ever a word used to describe it, but that's what I'm seeing. But yeah, you're about to be making a really big commitment when it comes to your love life. If you're single, you're about to be meeting someone that could end up the person you spend your life with. If you're already with someone, you're about to make a big commitment. You're getting cold feet. You're getting a little bit anxious, fearful, old fears coming to the surface. But what if this happens? But what if that happens? Talk to a friend or talk to your partner. Be open, be honest. Okay. I do feel like that's going to help. Whether it's a case of some things get explained, or some things you get reassurance, or just feeling heard and understood. And sometimes just talking about it and hearing yourself speak about it out loud could be giving you a new perspective on what you're saying. And then you're going, you know what, as I was just thinking about this, it was this big fearful thing, but when I speak it out loud, it doesn't seem that bad. Or it seems a little ridiculous. That wouldn't happen, right? There's something about you speaking something and hearing yourself speak it out loud where it's going to be transformative, dispel a fear, okay? But there's nothing to worry about when it comes to this area, okay? Big commitments, there could be marriage proposals, someone could be telling you they want to move in with you, or you should move in together, or you should get a pet together, or you should buy a house together. Something along those lines is what's coming to the surface, and you're going, oh, wait a minute, I don't know, because it's such a big commitment, okay? But again, be open, be honest, just communicate, and everything will be worked out, okay? But yeah, like I say, you have to do something to switch the energy to go from sadness, loss, fear, especially if you're single and you're worried that you're never going to meet anyone, right? You have to do something to switch out of that energy. Okay, so do something different. Try a different activity. Put yourself out there. Have a little makeover. Okay, change your thinking. Do something more open, more hopeful, more positive. Anticipating you'll meet people, and you will, right? It's really important. Okay. Life in general. Anything else you need to know about today? We have the Seven of Cups, Ace of Cups, here it is, and the Moon. So what you need to know about today is there's a lot of fears coming to the surface. Okay? A big fear or a lot of little fears coming to the surface connected to a time of loss in your life that's now clouding your judgment as you're preparing for a new beginning. Okay? Or as a new beginning is offered to you. Whether this is in your love life, whether this is with your money, whether this is with anything in your life, okay? Home matters, a family matters, whatever. Fear is clouding your judgment, making you confused. You're not sure what to think, you're not sure how to feel about a new beginning. About you offering something to someone, okay? You could be confused about, what do I offer? What kind of price do I offer? What kind of resource do I offer? What am I actually offering this person, or what am I putting into this situation? How much should I invest? Or should I ask them out? Should I not? Should I accept their invitation? Should I not? Should I accept this offer? Right? There's something new here that is really big, and really beautiful, and it's making you second guess it. Okay? I don't know if you're thinking that it's too good to be true. If that's what I was seeing in the cards, I will let you know. But what I'm seeing is fears clouding your judgment, making something that is really beautiful, genuine and honest, okay, feel murky and confusing, but what am I not seeing? But what's behind the scenes? But what if this and what if that? And that comes from the subconscious, deep-seated fears, because this is, whether you're aware of it consciously or subconsciously, you're picking up on the fact that this is going to be something life-changing for you. And that's what gives you nerves, anxiety, confusion. But that's what you need to be aware of. Okay? So whatever you need to do, and it involves speaking to another person that's going to help you massively. If it's friend, family member, therapist, partner, counselor, coach, advisor of any kind, right? To get down to the facts, to get to the bottom of things, to identify that actually is just a fear for you and why and where it comes from, so you can take charge of it, control it, or dispel it, or to get more clarity on the situation so it doesn't feel so foreign and unfamiliar to you, right? And you feel like you don't know what you're signing up for. Ask, get information. Knowledge is power, okay? All right, one sec. And whatever it is that you're dealing with today, just be mindful of the fact that you might be feeling more emotional than usual. We are coming up to a Scorpio full moon at the time I'm recording this. So there's going to be a lot coming up to the surface from the subconscious. We're seeing this, especially in terms of deep-seated fears and trauma. So whatever, there's a new beginning that's coming your way today. Offered to you, presented to you, or you're going to have the option of you initiating something, of you going for something, of you expressing something, right? You're going to be fearful about it. You're going to feel anxious about it. You're going to be second guessing. Now, when that happens, that's a normal reaction in the face of something like a big change or a big commitment or a new beginning of any kind, right? Or a big change of any kind. But when that happens, it's really important to pause and look at what is coming to the surface. Journal it, write it down, record yourself, speak it out, okay? And record yourself or talk to someone and just express it. Just let it out. Let it come to the surface. Let it be seen. Let it be heard. And then you can look at it for what it is, okay? And figure out that actually it's just fear. It's coming from past trauma. What happened before allows you to then look at the present and go, okay, well, that's then. But what is happening now? Because it's different things. But once you know what you're looking at and once you know what you're comparing, you can tell that it's different things. Does that make sense? Let's look at your cautions. We have the Knight of Cups, the World, and the Four of Swords. So in terms of cautions, you might be stalling something. Again, we see this offer. I just have to cover the World card. Again, we see this offer, this proposal, this initiation, okay, that's coming to you. And with the Knight of Cups, this is an energy that's very charming, that's very romantic, or that's very alluring, okay? It is an invitation to something big with the World card. Life-changing, truly. New chapter in your life, completely. Okay? The caution is stalling it, dragging your feet, slowing down to the point where it may freeze or it may pause or you may stop altogether. Okay, so that's your caution. It's one thing to think about it. It's one thing to sleep on it. It's one thing to say, give me a minute to think, give me a minute to research. But this is asking you as a caution, don't take too long, okay? And also, if you feel that you are frozen in fear, it's important to recognize that you're frozen in fear. There's nothing there that would justify you not taking action. Do you see what I'm saying? The only thing that's keeping you from taking action is fear. And if that's the case, then it's important that we recognize it and do what we need to do with it, because it may cost us a really good opportunity. Okay? But whatever it is that's happening today that you have been very anxious about, it does involve a really big change in your life, a really big transformation, and it brings to the surface a lot of fears, doubts, and insecurities, either because you would be stepping into the unknown and the last time you did that didn't go well for you, okay? Or you would be attempting something or reattempting something with the World card here that Maybe you failed at in the past, okay? Um, whether it's career advancement, getting into something, relationship, a commitment of any kind, right? But there is something here where a door is opening up for you, Pisces. And it's big and bold and beautiful. It will mean a big change in your life. But based on what I'm looking at, it would be a dream come true. It would be a wish fulfilled. Is everything going to be perfect? No, it never is. But the bottom line is this would be something very good for you, and it would not be what you're fearing. The caution as well with the World card and the Four of Swords is self-fulfilling prophecies. What you think about, you bring about. Okay? So it's one thing to be cautious about something, mindful of it, but it's a very different energy to just kind of project it in your world, right? Thinking about it over and over, the worst case scenarios over and over, thinking about what happened last time, it's only going to be brought into the present because that's what we're seeing. That's what's in our mind. That's what's in our brain. That's what we're going to be seeing through our eyes, okay? Because our thoughts create our reality, and that's very true. So as a caution, be mindful of self-fulfilling prophecies when it comes to something that you're afraid of. I'm not seeing anything here that would tell you what you're thinking, what you're afraid of, what you're suspicious of is correct. Okay, what I'm seeing is your fears, your doubts, your insecurities are clouding your judgment. That's all I'm seeing. It's clouding your judgment. So you don't know if something is good or bad. Everything's clouded, everything's confusing. Okay? So just be prepared. It can be a really transformative time. It can be a very transformative time. But you do have to face a fear. Look it in the eye, recognize that it's a fear, and take charge of it, own it, bring yourself to the present, see things for what they are now, because the situation is different. You're a different person, you have different resources, okay? This won't be a repeat of the past, is what I'm seeing here, okay? It won't be a repeat of the past. And also, for some of you, this isn't something that you've lived before, but it may be something that you've watched someone else go through. When they got married, it all went downhill. So I don't know. Now I have hesitation when it comes to the concept of marriage. You don't have experience with marriage, but you've watched so many people get married and immediately get divorced, or get married and then everyone's relationship went downhill, that for you is like, I don't know how I should feel about it. Maybe there's something there that, I should pay attention to. Don't compare yourself to others. Their journey is their journey. Your journey is your own. Okay? Or it's like you're being given this opportunity for advancement, for promotion, for, to make more money, to be recognized, to be famous or something, right? And you're thinking, well, you have some preconceived notions or ideas about that concept, about that topic. All rich people are a-holes, pardon my French, or all famous people get corrupted and lose themselves and get into all sorts of situations or whatever, right? Or, every time this happens, that's going to happen. There's some preconceived notion, and it's the fear of the unknown, right? So don't make decisions based on a preconceived notion. At least double check, at least get the facts. And if it turns out that, you were right to think that, then you're basing that on fact, right? And you can make decisions accordingly. But if it turns out that, there's nothing to back that up, why do you think that? What are you basing that on? Right? Maybe that's what someone's asking you. Why do you feel that way? Why do you think that way? What are you basing that on? Then that allows you to really look at something that turns out to be some sort of deep-seated fear coming from trauma, childhood trauma, most likely. Okay? And that allows you to work on that, maybe start therapy, or whatever the healing process looks like for you. But more importantly, it allows you in the present to move on, to do things differently, to make different decisions, to make decisions based on what's in front of you now, not what may have happened in the past. Okay? Because this is a really, really big opportunity. You're on the precipice of a really huge transformation in your life. Okay? Truly, Pisces. So I hope this reading helps you. I'm going to leave it here because I think my voice is going. I hope this reading helps you. Thank you so much for the love and support. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you if you have. And I'll be seeing you soon. Okay? Bye for now.